Take my heart, take my life as a living sacrifice. All my dreams, all my plans, Lord, I place them in your hands. I give myself away. Good morning and welcome to your spiritual sports segment on Rhema Gospel Radio. I'm CJ. Let's go. It was wild card weekend as the playoffs kicked off this past weekend in the National Football League as Houston Texans was in the playoffs for the very first time in franchise history, battle against the Cincinnati Bengals as the Bengals struck first with a touchdown, but the Texans came back with the score from Arian Foster, and the Texans defense did what they've done all year, and they intercepted Andy Dalton 3 times and sacked him 4 times, and the Texans pounded the Bengals 34-10. In the second game on Saturday, the Detroit Lions were in the playoffs for the first time since 1999, and they took on Drew Brees and his New Orleans Saints, and Detroit led 14-10 going into halftime. But in the second half, Brees was surgical with the football as he threw 3 touchdowns and 466 yards, and the Saints broke a 49-year record for yards in a postseason game with 626 yards as they tamed the Lions 45-28. And then there was Sunday. The Atlanta Falcons traveled to face off against the New York Football Giants, and the Falcons took a 2-0 lead, and that's all they would get as Eli Manning was on fire with 3 touchdowns, and the Giants clipped the wings of the Falcons 24-2. And in the final game on Sunday, the Pittsburgh Steelers battled the Denver Broncos at Mile High Stadium, and the Steelers took an early 6-0 lead, but the game was tied at 23. They went to overtime for the first non-sudden death playoff game in NFL history, and Tim Tebow saved his best game for the playoffs and accounted for 3 touchdowns and won the game on the first play in overtime 29-23. We did have one national championship game as Sam Houston State matched up against North Dakota in the FCS championship for Division I, and the game was an offensive struggle, but North Dakota outlasted Sam Houston State 17-6. In the BBVA Conference Bowl, SMU easily handled Pittsburgh 28-6, and in the GoDaddy.com Bowl, Arkansas State battled Northern Illinois, and both teams combined for 700 passing yards, but Arkansas couldn't overcome 3 interceptions, and Northern Illinois went on to fly past Arkansas 38-20. There were 6 games in the National Basketball Association as rookie Ricky Rubio of the Minnesota Timberwolves had 13 points and 14 dimes off the bench as they demolished the winless Washington Wizards 93-72. The Orlando Magic defeated the Sacramento Kings 104-97 as Glenn Big Baby Davis poured in 20 points off the bench. The Oklahoma City Thunder easily handled the San Antonio Spurs 108-96 as Kevin Durant provided a double-double, while the Phoenix Suns outlasted the Milwaukee Bucks 109-93 as all starters for the Suns scored in double figures and Steve Nash passed out 17 dimes. The Cleveland Cavaliers was pounded by the Portland Trailblazers 98-78 as LaMarcus Aldridge poured in 28 points, and the LA Lakers cruised past the Memphis Grizzlies 90-82 as Kobe Bryant led all scorers with 26 points and led the game with 9 assists. To have your company sponsor a sports segment, please email me at CJSports, that's CEEJAY, sports@gmail.com for more information. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and YouTube at CJ Sports, and make sure you download the brand new Rhema Gospel Radio app on your Android phone so you can have Rhema on the go. Stay tuned for more updates in your next spiritual sports segment where we sprinkle a little spirituality in your sports. I'm CJ. Be blessed and keep smiling because you look better when you do.